Okay, I figured out after all that how to get out of the cargo and use it, so I did that. Okay, just checking something. Okay. Sorry about that.
The
Got
lower
that.
decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the Navigator and the Master Helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the Navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
Sorry about that, just getting some water. Alrighty. How did you find me?
You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Voxcast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. You mean to say you did no such thing?
I heard one of Theodora's Voxcasts.
Lady Theodora's.
Oh my god.
Which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator's sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well, and safely in charge of the ship's defense.
What can we expect
In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
What can we expect to find in the Navigator's sanctum?
During warp transit, the sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in traversing the Empyrean. And for good
The
reason.
warp.
For the Navigator to open their third eye and perceive the way, the sanctum must be bathed in the energies of the immaterial. Only a Navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils such as loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death.
What exactly has gone wrong with translation?
I am no helmsman. Oh, God Emperor preserve me, Navigator. However, I've spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Gellerfield has faltered. Perhaps the Navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak. If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the war. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet.
I think the Warrant Sentinel may have sent that message. It appeared when I opened the chamber.
Warrant Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort. The Warrant Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then,
Cool.
why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?
Will you lead the way?
Absolutely. Let us proceed.
To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might, destroy those who have dared
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward!
Okay. Great.
Feel my wrath!
Let the blood flow!
Yeah, so basically with this we can move people where we want to. I'll put Abelard kind of middle, and then I'll put me right behind him so I can do my 2 abilities for him. I know his abilities.
Indeed.
Charge. No. I want to attack and swing first, and then I can charge. Yep. I know. So this is a swing.
At your beck and call. I took care of this one.
And charge you.
I will do my duty.
There you go. That was a good turn.
My way.
Dodge. Okay, I got abilities I can use. First, I'll make you my servant.
Nothing I got opposing me was your
Yeah.
biggest mistake.
Death to non-believers.
Yep, there is friendly fire, so I gotta be careful with that. I don't think I can get both, so it's better to just do single damage, which I'll do on you,
One fewer target.
and then I'll charge you. And I'll do this to you. What does this even do again? Makes their characteristics go up by 15. This has to be someone that goes after
Suits
me,
my purposes.
pretty much.
Nothing of value has been
Boom.
lost.
Oops.
It's about time.
Collecting loot. Yep. There's cargo, which you can put stuff in. Add to cargo. I don't need that many. I'll add all that to cargo and keep these 2. Basically, cargo, you can stack stuff in cargo for the certain amounts, and then once you get to a merchant of wanting that type, if you have a full, you can just unload everything for a bunch of money. Or maybe trading. I haven't really gotten to that part yet, to be honest. Because this also factors into trading with these guys. Anyway. Yeah, I can level up. So, with this level up, I get to choose a skill to upgrade. Is this for who? Is it for Abelard? No, this is for me. It's basically okay. So that's just showing me people in my party if I want to let them deal with it or not. Persuasion or commerce. I would say persuasion. Just keep persuading even more, because now I'll be at 70. That's gonna guarantee most persuasion stuff. And then Abelard gets a skill too. Either athletics or carouse. I have better carouse by... No, he does. Never mind. I'll say carouse, yeah. This makes it so... I guess I can just be like... No, I don't do it. So I'll do that. There you go.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Yep, so this is a zone map. There's different zones we can go to. We're at the Warrant Chamber. We're going to the Navigator Sanctum.
I hear it. Here, on the threshold of the blinded guide, doom comes from the heavens.
Master, watch your head. Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Sorry, old man. The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abela, how they sing.
Yeah, this is a problem with some psychics. What they're called? Psychers, sorry. Problem with some psychers is they're weird like this, but yeah.
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valancius. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
The entity in your consciousness shrinks and crawls in deeper, its claws scraping against the walls of your mind as if the presence is trying to hide from the seer standing before you. A diviner, are you? How would you say that? Diviner or diviner? I say diviner.
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud. And you are von Valancius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs. Well then, we finally meet.
Officer's frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelthrat's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
How do you know who I am?
What? You think Lady Theodora didn't ask me to peek into the darkness behind the backs of those she sees as her prospective heirs? I have seen you. I have seen the footsteps of your past and the wounds of your heart.
The seer's words dredge up something dark and frightening from the depths of your memory. Your soul has been tainted by the influence of warp sorcery, and it seems you'll never be rid of it. You survived a brush with a warp phenomenon sometime in your distant past. What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the Navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the Engineering, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog, and the silence that followed.
What? You don't mean the Engineer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt.
That's not good.
And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the Navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the Navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
We must see if the Navigator is well.
Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity.
She loses me sometimes.
But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a Navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
Okay. Yep, now we got more people in our party, so...
I'll lay claim to the stars.
A fallen piece of debris that almost proved fatal to you without Idira's prediction. Idira's. You might have remained in this corridor forever. Hurry, destroy this field. Don't keep our master waiting. Just before I do that, I was just looking to see if there's anything else. The door does not budge. Clots of vicious flesh have entangled the metal, sealing the door shut. Ah, yes, I love freaking flesh on my door. Okay, Ignatius can go over here. Idira can go here. And then Abelard can go up front.
Let's get to it. Death to the weak. Ah! Chaos guides me.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Bastards!
Yep. Idira is a seeker, or psyker. Yeah. So you see that purple? Once it gets to the gold part, bad things start happening. Yeah, veil degradation. As psychers reach deeper into the warp to power their abilities, there's always a chance of the Empyrean bleeding into our reality, a factor that is invariably destructive and damaging. At the beginning of combat, veil degradation usually starts at 0. Veil degradation increases by 1 for each use of a minor psychic power and 3 for majors. It decreases by 1 each round. I'm gonna mark you,
Anything else?
and then I'm gonna... Yeah, do this to you.
But
Two.
of course. Be gone.
And then we'll increase your chance to dodge and
On it.
parry for a turn. Can use the hologram to gauge effectiveness.
I shall not fear. Already done.
And then I'll try to burst y'all.
You didn't stand a chance.
We got him. Wow, that was a 9% and I hit that. That's actually crazy. Okay. And then you will...
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. It will be done.
It's gonna be really hard to hit. And then we'll do that and he'll be behind cover.
They who discern the future on the battlefield.
I'm just gonna hit him.
Will do.
Bam!
Very well.
The creature in the chair appears as if it has become one with its throne. You see pink parchment-like skin stretched between the seat and the limbs that have too many joints for a normal human being. The Navigator is breathing heavily, the air whistling as it exits through the 2 dark gill-like slits on its cheeks. The creature's eyes are shut, the 2 ordinary eyes as well as the 3rd one that sits in the center of its forehead.
I believe Master Vespider still lives. The servants are dead, but the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive.
Hey, are you still alive?
Your time is short.
Are you alright?
Fall to your knees, mortals, and
No, he's not alright.
the final dawn.
Suddenly, the Navigator's body starts thrashing in place. It lurches forward, then falls back onto the seat, then thrusts forward again as its bones crack and skin tears open. However, the fusion between the body and chair appears to be stronger than these wild impetuses. The mutant remains seated, but leans as far forward as it can, his layered remain slowly turning crimson. The gill slits burst open, forming 2 hideous screaming mouth-like pits.
Ah! It came from beyond. His body is not his.
Idira's scream is echoed by the silent cries in your head. The unseen creature triumphs at the sight of the Navigator succumbing to the paroxysms of corruption.
Its march thunders under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me.
The Navigator continues to convulse violently in his seat, shrieking and cackling, but then his fit stops abruptly. His face is drenched in black and crimson. The dark ooze from under his third eyelid has turned from a trickle into a stream mixed with the blood coming out of his nose, and there is purplish swelling around the eye.
Run. Flee from this place while I still have the strength. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the warp. But it can't be done without the Master Helmsman's help.
I want to help you. Tell me how.
The sanctum will be sealed. I will hold it off. Hold on. And wait for the signal from the Master Helmsman. Then I will commence the translation. So, run. Run.
Who torments you?
Kneel before the ascent of a new champion. When the rite is complete, this shell will burst, and thousands of Moors will accept the sacrifice offered to the edge of daybreak by the bringer of twilight, the one marked by the will of the gods.
Each word rings through your head like the tolling of a bell, as if countless voices have joined in screaming into your ears. For a moment you lose your bearings. This unholy chorus must be trying to confound you with sounds not meant for this world. Yeah. What is that supposed to mean?
A rite. A sacrifice offered. Oh. My heart tells me that Kunrad was not deterred by his defeat in the warrant chamber.
What? Conrad betrayed Lady Theodora? Oh, but how is that? How? He was as loyal as a dog. And I didn't hear a thing, I swear.
The footfalls of the bringer of twilight are veiled by the will of his masters. Tear out your eyes. See who is to become the champion's servant, for you need them no longer.
I don't want to kill him because then we're out of translation. So the Navigator is still alive, but barely so. What do we do now?
The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Edelthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the servo skull relayed to us earlier.
Vespaidas, good luck. And thank you.
The Navigator does not give her a response. Black tears mixed with blood are streaming from under the closed eyelids, and the box at the base of the chair is bellowing out static, interspersed with distant echoes of otherworldly laughter.
Victory awaits!
I'm just looking to see if I can get better equipment for myself. Hopefully I can. Let's see, information. Yeah. That one's a lot better. Has better armor penetration and causes bleeding. I might give that to Abelard then. No, he has the chainsaw, that's right. So I'll just replace. And then auto gun. 3 to 5 damage. Does 4 bullets for a burst. Solid protection, have 50% over penetration. It'd do 3 to 5 damage 4 times, so say on average 4 times 4, 16, or on that average, it's 11 minus 7, which is 4, so 9. 9 times 2 is 18. Versus 16. I don't know. I think the stub revolver might be just a little bit better, but maybe not. Maybe I'll replace that with this. So I can switch if I run out of ammo on my revolver and I don't want to spend an action to reload, I can switch. Either way. Okay. I think that's all good.
Did I mention that?
We shall prevail. A new challenge for me?
Nothing new. Okay. Other way, I guess. It's the officer's deck. Bro, you had ample time to get behind cover.
Your ship's as good as ours. It's all over for you.
I shall pity not your enemies. I shall heed not their pleas.
The battle sister.
Somebody shoot these.
I shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
I told you he would protect us.
My God, my light, my emperor.
The white-haired warrior turns to face you, her dark eyes blazing. The weapon quivers in her hands, and for a brief moment it seems she is not going to stop and will instead continue eliminating every target she sees, starting with you.
Sister Argenta, Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face. It is unfamiliar. Who are you?
Ignatius II von Valentius, the Lord Captain's heir.
The hour is dark and daunting. The ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the archenemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the dark forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
A malign metaphysical force composed of psychic energy that exists in an alternate dimension known as the Ward. I've never really understood this term. I don't know if it refers to chaos in general, like the chaos gods in general, or if it's a specific one. I'm gonna go off of the notion it's all four of them, though. If 5 if you go by 6 if you go by newer media, because you got the basic 4: Khorne, god of war, blood, skulls, death, all that. You got Tzeentch, the god of deception, magic, schemes, change, all that. You got Nurgle, Papa Nurgle, the god of decay, plagues, death, and just, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you got Slaanesh, the prince of pleasure, excess, perfection, just everything over the top. Then you got 2 other ones no one really talks about because they don't recognize them as main ones yet, but I feel like they will be at some point, because we got, what was his name? It started with an M. I don't remember his name. Anyway, there was that guy. He's basically the rebel demon god that is trying to just screw everyone else over. And I guess he's strong enough to take them all on. So there's that. And then there's the newer one, which is, I don't even remember his name. It's been a while since I heard the 2 of them names. First one might be Malice, I think it was. Anyway, the newer one, he's the dark god of technology. Because you got the Omni side for our side. He's basically the demon god of machines for their side. But they also use demon machinery and all that, which is not fun at all. And they got the Dark Mechanicus. Yeah, so. Anyway.
Sister,
Sorry.
I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelthrath the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
I am no traitor, sister. You can be sure of that.
If you speak truthfully, the Emperor will not forsake you. If you are lying, you will not escape his retribution. I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
What is a warrior of the Adeptus Sororitas, or Sisters of Battle, doing aboard a rogue trader's ships? Your orders serve the ecclesiarchy, do they not?
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation, under more appropriate circumstances.
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
Who are these people with you?
Overseer of Middle Deck AL-84, my lord. We were rounding up everyone we could find in the attack compartments when we ran into an ambush. Just about every enforcer fell. These are the survivors.
What is happening on the officer's deck?
Massacre, my lord. And heretics are not just killing the crew. Some kind of blight is sweeping through the decks, filling the air. I saw people going mad the moment they breathed it in, screaming about seeing their dead comrades, tearing out their eyes. I implore you, my lord.
It could be Nurgle then. If it's a blight gas thing, poison, it could be Nurgle. We must get to the main hall of the deck.
Through this door. I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
Terra is just Earth.
Follow my lead.
The door is closed, but the lock looks intact. It can probably be opened with the right tool. I can blow it up. Yes, I can. This is another. That's a well-maintained stub revolver. Does one more maximum damage. Otherwise, it's the same things, but I'll take it. No, put it back. Put it back. Back. Yes. And then we'll collect all. I know. Okay, inventory for me. Gonna replace that with that.
I won't tolerate weakness.
The explosion blasted a hole through the door large enough for a person to get through. Yeah. The, sister battle. And we got shrink injectors, maglev impellers, and okay. The door will not move an inch. It is blocked. Okay, here we go.
The Emperor is with us.
Come to chaos!
Abelard will go straight into it. Idira, get back here.
What's that?
I will get back here. And the Sister of Battle will go right here.
Chaos guides me. I serve the ruinous powers.
I've suffered worse.
Those types of cover. So you get +5 to all characteristics. Anytime they attack, anybody I've attacked, they get a 15% critical chance.
Not a problem for me. nothing I can't do. All too. Nothing of value has been lost.
Why is it?
My masters!
Out of my way!
Just
Nope.
a minor setback.
Yep, she's good at burst. What's momentum again? Just to double check. Momentum depends. If they get 175 or more, you can use a heroic act, yeah.
I'll do it. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! Faith without deeds is worthless. Eradicated. Doubt is for the weak.
Turkeys! Gah!
Yep. Okay.
I took care of this one.
I think I'm gonna shriek you to death.
Anything else?
More? And I'm gonna give you that,
Was that you? Or
and then mark you.
Death to non-believers! Death to the weak!
Brace yourself, Avalon.
Nothing I can't do.
Nope, missed that time. I'll reload.
stop mocking me.
Chaos guides me!
Pain cleanses the body. Nothing. I'll do it.
My Emperor!
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
They both parried it. That's crazy.
Someone else can do this.
Anything else? What an unfortunate turn of fate. But of course.
Yeah, they both get it. Okay, that's good. That lasts how long? Until end of combat, so they're both just gonna be really hard to hit.
Suits my purpose. Opposing me was your
Nice.
biggest mistake.
Chaos guides me.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Guided by faith!
Ouch.
To fight like this.
Got one. Or three, I mean. Pretty good turn. I went too close. That's fine.
Anything else?
I'm gonna
Nothing I can't.
hopefully hit
Nothing
him.
of value
Yes.
has been lost.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury!
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Nice. That works. To open a door, interact with the icon. Yeah.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
That's a lot. I'll take one of those. The rest can go to Corbin.
I'm ready.
Should I divine on?
Doubt is for the weak.
An exact replica of the void ship sits on the pedestal. Labels indicate the main compartments and the decks of the vessel. titles and authors are printed in gold on the spines of the books. The library contains works on Imperium theology, law, codices, biographical sketches, and chronicles of the greatest military conflicts of the Kronos Expanse and the Calaxis sector. Take all that.
Victory awaits!
More goods. Universal locking pick tool provides an additional opportunity to open a lock, and a set of sacred oils and cogitograms that can appease the keeper of any technology provides an additional opportunity to call out a machine spirit and interact with a device. So basically, if I screw up, I have those in my back pocket to get another chance.
A new challenge for me?
The cozy seating area is completely destroyed. Pieces of furniture and splinters are scattered everywhere, and dark stains cover the floor and upholstery. The conjugator is silent. It seems that its machine spirit is no longer being powered by the motive force. Open the door using logic.
I did fine.
Your character is about to make a logic skills test. In dialogue and during exploration, you will often make various skill checks, and the result might determine how successful your character's efforts are. Make hidden dialogue appear or reveal new information. The success is determined by rolling a 100-sided die. Each skill test has a difficulty up to 100, including negative values. To succeed, you must roll a value equal to or less than the sum of both the stated difficulty and the value of the tests. For example, you are attempting a test with a difficulty of -10. Your character's logic skill is 40. 40 minus 10 equals 30. Therefore, to succeed, you must roll a 30 or less. Any result above 30 will mean failure. Note that the difficulty is calculated from greater to lower values. The greater the difficulty value, the easier it is to pass. It is easier to succeed a 40 difficulty 40 test than a difficulty 10 test. Yeah, and because that was a 100, I couldn't have failed. Same with this. Open. Where gains a bonus to tech use. Okay. I'll wear that. And then, blow up obstacles. I'll put these on. And I'll restore the power.
I rise to the occasion.
Open the door using logic. 100% chance.
Excellence matters.
Med kits and more blow up.
Done.
Shotgun and 2 keys. Woo!